Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rounding the Bases podcast. I'm Tom Coons, along with Zach Cart and Chad Porter. March 8th, getting used to the time change. That 1 hour spring ahead kills me. But with that said, we had a great seminar the other night with some people, and that was very good, very informative. Zach, we talked tonight about the World Baseball Classic and some of the
Yeah,
things going on there, what it does for the game and things like that, how we can be supportive of it, the whole thing.
yeah. I mean, really, really exciting. I know a lot of the folks that are going to tune in with us, most likely, maybe not. But I mean, enjoyed the U.S. Great Britain game last night, and how encouraging it was, just to see the U.S. bounce back the way that they did. Kyle Schwarber hit an absolute tank. I mean that. My favorite thing is when they went back and replayed. They took the umpire's point of view, and that ball just disappeared after he
Yeah.
hit it into the. I mean, just straight up. And this type of baseball is fun, right? It's fun. It's fun for everybody. Countries, players representing their countries. They're representing their pride, and I think that's a really big important part of the game. I hope it never goes away. I hope that Bryce Harper was talking about the Olympics, and I mean
Right.
it'd be great if Major League Baseball could get out of the way of business and figure out a way for us to win a gold medal, right? So it'll be interesting to see how that's managed. I know that there's a lot of younger players, at least that we talk to, that are really excited to have the opportunity to play for Team USA, and that's really important. And I think as we approach our season, with our school teams, it's really important that you have that same pride to play for your school. To we've got we're around a handful of guys that just love playing for each other. They love playing for their school, and that's really cool. That's what we want to see out of the game, right? That's what the game gives back to us. So I mean
And
that's
I
my main takeaway, right?
and I think there's nothing better. You go right back to the hockey team with the Olympics.
Yeah,
Those guys set aside all their differences. There's no better pride area than playing for your country and being successful doing it. And that's what
yeah,
these guys are today. In fact, I thought I saw something. Scoble, who pitches for Detroit,
yeah,
was going to take the Classic off because he didn't want to, push himself too much. Didn't know if he was ready. One of the best pitchers of Major League Baseball came out today and said, "I'm really thinking of joining the team." So it's like you get involved in this stuff. It adds a whole new meaning.
yeah, yeah.
Coach Moore, your thoughts?
Nope.
There he is.
I just think it's really exciting if I can keep this up. But I just think it's really exciting. I remember the first World Baseball Classic back in '06. We were on spring break. Was coaching in college. Coach Cart was on my team. I remember watching those games. The pride for each of their countries, the pride that these players put into it. You have our best players playing right now for the most
Right.
part, which is good. Obviously the concern has got to be with the pitchers and peaking too early, right? It is an extra workload. There is no good timing for a World Baseball Classic type thing. There is no good time. Um, Obviously, they have the Caribbean Series, at the end of winter ball. Those guys are in shape, but there is no good time. So this is the best time. Build in the spring training. Like I said, the only downside to this is there's one downside, and that's just the pitching, peaking early, that type of stuff. That's the thing. But this is really really cool. You've got guys playing for their home countries. You've got some really good rivalries. And don't forget, I was talking to Coach Carp last night when before USA started playing, I was watching Puerto Rico and Panama. Don't forget that Puerto Rican team, those guys are all U.S. citizens. Puerto Rico
Yeah.
is a U.S. territory. So it's the United States, but it's kind of not the United States at the same time. But all those guys are U.S. citizens. If you've ever been there, it's U.S. currency. It is its own little country, but at the same time, it's U.S. territory. So
Right.
it's like the United States actually has like two teams in this. Seriously, it's really cool. But it's just awesome to see teams compete, against each other. It's good to see these smaller countries where baseball's developing. Your Brazil, baseball's not, when you think of Brazil, it's baseball's not the first sport you think of, right?
Mhm.
Soccer. When you say Venezuela, you think of baseball. When you say Puerto Rico, you think of baseball. When you say Cuba, you think of baseball. When you think Dominican Republic, baseball. Mexico, baseball. Um, I don't know. I don't know that baseball's the first thing that the average everyday person thinks about when you say United States of America. We have a lot of other things going on. To us, it is because we're baseball junkies. Definitely not Great Britain. Definitely not the Czech Republic. Yeah, so probably even not Australia.
Right.
So it's really cool, and it's really fun to see a guy like somebody going to play for Israel, someone to going and playing for the Dominican Republic that you didn't know had some sort of bloodline. And one thing I was thinking about last night is what exactly are the rules? Do you have to have a parent that's from that country? Do you have to have a grandparent that's from that country? Because if you think about it, um, are they the same rules as the Olympic Games? I have no idea. And if you look at foreign professional leagues in any sport, you have roster limits based on imports. But if you are some sort of descendant, it doesn't count as an import. So I don't know the rules, but I would like to.
My takeaway with this, you talked about the excitement of it. United States, who did they play the first game? Was it Brazil?
Yes.
And the 17-year-old kid on the mound
Contreras. Yep.
facing Schwarber, facing Judge, facing all this. He hasn't even gone to college yet. He was committed to Vanderbilt. Who knows if he's going to go or if he's just going to go wherever. But 17 years old in this, what a thrill of a lifetime. It takes it right back. Our clients that we work with, to be recruited by a college should be a thrill for you. Because you got to consider recruiting now. 2% will go to Division 1, 2% to Division 2, 3% in NAIA, then 3% Division 3, 7% JUCO. Because NIL has shifted all those percentages around now in the transfer portal, so things are all different. So, to people out there that are looking to be recruited or are being recruited, take recruiting seriously, because you will never get another opportunity to have this door open for you. And we tell our clients that all the time and explain things to them. It's not like winning the lottery, but it's almost those odds. That's what you're coming down to.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all shifted the pattern. But again, going back, that 17-year-old kid, just watching him out there, stands packed. He probably hadn't played like that in front of that crowd before. And you've got Schwarber, Judge, Harper, boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, multimillionaires, and he's throwing against them in a game. And that was my big takeaway. I mean, that was amazing to me.
And you have a lot of former pro guys that have been out of the game for like
Right.
multiple years trying to
And they're
play for
bouncing
their
back. Yeah.
and they're bouncing
Yep.
back, and they're not going to go back to the big leagues or whatever.
No.
But a lot of these guys, when they retire from the big leagues or get released, they'll still pitch in winter ball in their countries. They'll still
Right.
play winter ball, and then this opportunity comes up, they keep playing. So it's cool.
The stories are unbelievable. And Brazil had another guy, had to get permission from his construction company that he works for to take time off to play in the Classic. Otherwise,
Yeah.
otherwise he would lose his job. He had to get permission.
Yeah.
So here's a guy, love of the game, former player, wants to continue working construction full time, had to get permission to play. I mean, those stories you can't make up.
Yeah. And where was he from?
Brazil.
And then the Czech Republic, all those guys, all those guys, all those guys are, like they all have other jobs in the Czech Republic. I've watched
Yeah.
some stuff about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was just amazing. But, that's, I guess, we're going to keep it short tonight, but that's our one message. Take each call, each letter, each whatever correspondence you get to be the most important thing you do, and follow through on it, because you never know if you will ever get another chance to do these things. Those guys playing in this could be their last hurrah, and it's over. You could get injured tomorrow and it's over. So enjoy this ride, because the benefit, if you're able to continue it, is tremendous. Tremendous, especially the odds that you're going against right now.
Yep.
Anything else, gentlemen?
Watch
think so.
baseball and learn.
Yep.
Yeah, and follow up with us too. If you missed our seminar, we can set up another one. It's been very informative for people, and we've done a couple. I've talked to a few people that missed it, and I said we could set one up for them. No cost to do it, no commitment to do it. We're willing to help. Our goal is to watch you succeed. I mean, we had a very good softball player on there. I'm not going to mention her by name, from Pennsylvania, and as a freshman, and I saw her on their film. She is right on course. She is going to be a great player if she continues, at the pace she's going. But had some great questions about social media and other stuff. It was an informative thing. It doesn't matter if you're softball, baseball. This is a blanket thing. What we talk about in here, we may say baseball sometimes, but it pertains to both, because they're so the recruiting game is the same for everybody here. But next week we'll be on. We got a Coach Shockey will join us. I believe he was tied up this weekend. We'll try to get on again next Sunday, same time. Feel free to go on our website, aheadaccountrecruiting.com. You'll see questionnaire over at the right side. Fill it out. We'll send us a video. We'll evaluate it for free. We'll call you. We'll tell you what we think. If you're interested, fine. If you're not, that's fine too. Or email any of the coaches. There's email on there as well. We'll get right back to you. But until next week, I hope your seasons are going well, and keep playing hard.